So here we go. We have Tempoh and Mawkzy in the EU Cash Cup. We've got $3,900 on the line here for this Cash Cup. And Mawkzy has made a habit of winning these consistently. Now, you might be wondering where some of the EU talent that we're used to seeing in 1v1 tournaments is at. And a lot of them are over in North America. They're in North America prepping for the major. But doesn't mean that we don't still have top EU players like the Mawk, who is currently waiting to play in the World Championship of 1v1 against the winner of Diaz and Nupo. Going to be some exciting 1v1s left in RLCS. And also, wait a second, red alert. Everybody, red alert. What is going on with Tempoh's car right now? What is going on with this Fennec? This is not a flat car at all. This car is so boxy and clunky. Why is he using it? Also, where's his hat? Can we even be sure that this is Tempoh? Somebody check his PC. Who has his air roll left and air roll right memorized? Are we sure that he is using the right air rolls? Tempoh? Dude, you're telling me we might watch Zapatos later today, dude. If we boot into Zapatos on a Fennec, then it's over. then it really is over and the war has been lost. But I tell you what, if Tempoh beats Mawkzy in the Fennec, he does have to stay in the Fennec. Because, I mean, that would be a huge result for him as he gets dunked and Mawkzy taps in a third. Seen him in an Appjack video with a Fennec, so he's trying it out. Crazy to see. Well, Tempoh is he's pretty fun mechanically. He definitely uses his Dominus to like its full extent. I feel like he plays like a Dominus user, if that makes sense. Like, you know, his flicks, his mechs, they seem built around what the Dominus can do for him. So it'll be interesting to see if that translates, or how much it translates to using the Fennec as Mawkzy demos him and makes it 4-1. By the way, we've been talking about Mawkzy a little bit on my channel because he was running a subathon where you do 12-hour Rocket League days back to back to back to back to back. And the subathon was very well received. And the timer was only ever going up. And after 44 days, it sounds like Mawkzy has let us know he has forfeit the subathon. I don't know if he sent that to his stream. His stream probably already knew, as Mawkzy gets the reset shot. But now we know as well. I've clued him in on all the great hacks you can get to slightly more satisfyingly end your subathon early. As someone who has, oof, nice play from Tempoh, you know, a wife and kid and a lot of obligations that resulted in my subathon not necessarily being able to go too long. Once you reach 30 days, in theory, it's like, okay, now all the resubs are going to continue to extend you. So like any of your regular tier 1s that like happen every month, like all of that time gets added again if you survive to it. So it can be rough. Another thing Mawkzy could do is just make it way more expensive next time. These are all just the various subathon mechs you can have. It's a 3-hour subathon, but only because you have to spend millions of dollars just to even get the timer up at all. How long was Kai's? Surely a Kai subathon did not end when a timer hit 0. I mean, I bet you he sets his up differently. Pretty sure he sets his up so that like they just are fun for a certain amount of time and then they just end, right? I can't imagine a world in which someone with 300 million people watching or whatever it is ever like reaches 0 on a timer, unless you make it so ridiculously high that everyone would hate you for even running the subathon, because you'd be getting so omega rich and people would be like, you're too rich, you don't need any more money. So I bet you he did not do it but I guess I don't know. He just streamed until the end of November. Yeah, that sounds more likely. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what he did. Now I'm remembering now because I watched a little bit. Nice shot from Tempoh. Bringing this one back. Is he basically did a 1 month thing and then he had a very clear goal he was trying to get of breaking the record and you know and extending the record, and that was what it was more about, less about a timer going up when you subbed. Mawkzy, nice reset. Oh, no look as well. Tempoh drops the nice one as Mawkzy will watch it again from his POV as he gave us a little no look. Flip reset over the top. Last second, little double in. No looking isn't impressive when the car doesn't require any readjustment, Feer. Okay, Mawkzy, you now have 10 minutes to show us a clip of you hitting a no look. It has to be as clean as Mawkzy's. Otherwise, gone forever. Nice shot from Tempoh. Just kidding, Mawkzy. But seriously, I think if I try to hit no looks, even if my car didn't need any adjustment. I mean, listen, that one was a pretty close to the backboard no look. But if your car doesn't need any adjustment and you no look from midfield and then fly all the way in and hit it, the fact that you knew your car needed no adjustment is already pretty impressive. But yeah, Mawkzy's was close to the back wall. Even then, I think I'd still mess mine up if I was doing it because it's just hard. Six though. Every Dominus believer ever is shedding tears if Tempoh wins this series against Mawkzy, because truly the Dominus will be dead. Mawkzy taking this to his own back wall, switching the field, sees Tempoh coming up behind him. Launches this out forward. Has a 50. Ooh, nice. Intentionally trying to cut the ball back and get the boost steal. He didn't fully succeed in what he really wanted, I think, which is a full reset of possession to the back wall with all the boost. But he has kept Tempoh starved, which is probably the bigger thing here. As the game winds down, Tempoh has 100 now. Doesn't want to challenge Mawkzy in the corner. Mawkzy, so patient. Fake clear. Feels slightly dangerous, but it all works out. As Mawkzy now has to chase out away from a demo. Taps this to the side wall. Fakes a touch. Lets it roll down. Mawkzy secures the game. He's so good at doing this. And goes up 1-0 in the best of 5. Playing Dominus all these years, if all of a sudden I'm beating Mawkzy as soon as I switch to the Fennec. Tempoh, can he hit these? Nice. Oh, actually couldn't quite get out. He did a double empty jump in order to get to the position, it feels like. And now he's dropping a whoops because he knows he's getting countered. Have to be a little bit more accurate on that double. It's not an easy shot to make. Do you need an Xbox controller to be as good as Mawkzy? You do not. Mawkzy is staring down Tempoh over the top of the car. And I think maybe got a little bit too in love with looking over the camera and not prepping as he oops the wrong side of the ball and gets dunked on a half flip. Zen is in North America, so no, he won't be in this EU Cash Cup. Mawkzy tapping this one past Tempoh. Tempoh probably likes to be able to 50 people. When I'm watching Sabatos's 50s, I'm like, man, one of the things you need to do is have a taller car. Whenever he tries to like win any low 50s around the net when he's attacking, trying to like muscle a play in. Nice save on a really strong flick. He just cannot keep the ball from rolling over the top of his car. The dominance is not quite as bad, but the Fennec is, you know, much better than both. So we'll see if Tempoh can win a few more 50s. Mawkzy reset at ceiling height. Fake, nice shot. Brings it down to the ground and backflips it in. An impressive play from the Mach, who has some aerial ability and some creativity. I feel like a lot of times people give Mawkzy flack. They think he's some sort of roboting 1v1er who air dribble bumps his way to victory after victory. But he is definitely a guy with some mechs and some outside the box thinking. Zen is actually scared about playing against Mawkzy. Oh, that's good to know. Joseph has our insider information. You know what? Zen's probably so scared to play Mawkzy. He probably ran off to North America to play in an RLCS major just so that he didn't have to play him in the EU Cash Cup. Pre-flip flick from Mawkzy. Oh, these guys both floating back after a bump to the ball, but it's going to go better for Tempoh. We might try and get some show matches later today. We'll see. And maybe tomorrow. Usually you got to get them before the Monday, before the major. Once you get to Monday's maybe like the last day. People will say that they like want to do it Tuesday and Wednesday, like the days right before the games are played. But it just never works out on those days, I feel like. The scheduling is really hard. Everybody has to get like their what's it called? Media day prep and that kind of stuff, and they think that they can do a match and then the team needs to go out to get dinner or something, you know, it's just there's a lot going on in those final days. Nupo plays Diaz. That's a great question. We should almost have a timer in chats for Nupo Diaz timer that you could do. Oh, what a save by Tempoh. I was watching from the demoed Mawkzy POV, but I think that was nasty. Off the ceiling, reset double, denied, dude. The Mach is not going to have any of it today. He's locked in. It's going to be Saturday next week, and I believe it's scheduled to be something like, is it 2 p.m. Eastern, chat? It's in the middle of the day, I believe, on Saturday. Third match of the day. I don't know exactly when that is, and you can't really rely on timing either. It'll oftentimes go late. I think in theory it could go early. I don't know how much they stick to the times if they get ahead of time. You might just have to watch the Feer watch party all day. Type 1 in chat if you promise to watch the Feer watch party all day, every day for the entire major. A lot of early twos. A lot of twos. Didn't expect so many twos. Surely the Feer fans want to watch on the Feer channel. How about this? How about this? What if I told you Reddles will be on the stream when we're there Saturday, Sunday? Now any oneers? Now any oneers? Surely there's got to be more oneers now. It's just even less. Still a couple twos, man. Brutal. Mawkzy tried to go Omega cringe. Get Scrub Killer in there and we'll talk. Johnny Boy will have a watch party. We good. It's all of the EU talent. You said you wouldn't be all day every day. That's true. I actually won't be all day every day. The Friday I have to leave early to get on a flight. Do you guys want Dr. Feer to finish out the watch party? There's just no way. Nice shot from Mawkzy. Tempo's had enough. Nothing we can do about sending it to the next game. We just have to leave, yeah. GG. There's dozens of us. There's absolutely dozens of us who are sane. Bosa on Twitch. I had to talk to Blast and Epic, and I had to do a lot of work to get allowed to join these cash cups. Tempoh, this is a great shot. Nice reset double. So neither of you or Johnny Boy are going to commentate the 1v1 final at the major. What's even the point then? Because it's going to be a great 1v1. You guys aren't about to tell me that you watch the 1v1 for my commentating. I know if I ask you right now, you're not telling me that you're watching it because of my commentating. So you watch it just for the commentary. Is it really a 1v1 if you're not commentating? I think it is, guys. I think there will be one player versus one player. I could be wrong, but... Mawkzy says yes. Oh, Tempoh wanted to get Mawkzy to miss, so he went to the back wall. Ooh, needed to flick that earlier. Tempoh's had some clean takeaways, but deep into the corner where he can't shoot them unless he goes for back wall doubles like this. Found a way to do it. Mawkzy rotating back. I want to see whether or not he should have gotten this. No, great play. Great play from Tempoh. Kept it away. Only a Dominus player would go for that. He's revealed himself. Nice return from Mawkzy. Back to the play. Great 50, though, from Tempoh. On the follow-up. Tempoh playing from the lead. Still going to need a lot more goals before we start entertaining a comeback here in the series, the way Mawkzy has been playing. Mawkzy losing the dribble off the top of his car. Tempoh's going to chase him down here. Mawkzy has one of the quickest first touch to flicks, like the catch on top of his car before he's immediately launching a massive flick. Interesting. Mawkzy sending this one high to try and get it away. Tempoh, you're not the Dominus, dude. Would that have worked? Would the Dominus have been just a little bit longer and been able to tap that in like he was trying to do? Who knows? Tempoh's just going to play possession here. As he makes Mawkzy miss. Goes to the ceiling for a reset. The flick. Is that in on a Dominus? No, it's probably even stronger on a Dominus, to be honest. Tempoh. Catch and shot. Top shelf. He got Mawkzy to land post. So can he score? Mawkzy doing such a good job of getting the exact margin he needs to make it clear. Not panicking, not jumping too soon, and then getting up and combining with Tempoh to get a powerful clear to the corner, but he's still on defense. Tempoh now. Can he get something crazy going? That is not much at all. Lost control of the ball. Just handed it to Mawkzy, and he'll score. Maybe he won't. No, he will. You can't see Mawkzy dealing with Nupo or Diaz in the air. I think what favors Mawkzy is that if the game becomes like Mawkzy versus Yan was, a lot more of a grounded game, a lot, you know, more nervous, I think that favors Mawkzy heavily. It's a lot tougher to, you know, hit full field air dribbles, keep your mechs perfect when you're really nervous in front of a crowd, probably. It's easy? Oh, okay, never mind. It's easy, apparently. Mawkzy down 1. Tempoh trying to keep this series going. Just be careful here. 20 boost. Has to get a good landing and got an absolutely nightmare landing. Used his 20 boost. Gave the ball to Mawkzy. And Mawkzy will score it easily. Three. 44 seconds left. Tempoh has to regain his lead now. Flying over the top of a Mawkzy early challenge. Wave dash fake. Nice shots from Tempoh. Mawkzy gets absolutely got. He has to rotate back late after diving deep. And has to dive across the net if he wants to save that wave dash shot from Tempoh. Tempoh. Dunk. Set up off the sidewall. Finds nothing. Doesn't need much, but needs to hold on to his boost. Another complete usage of his boost. Might not be able to get the boost steal. He went for a demo, and then that's going to be wide open. Tempoh has not been able to hold on when he has his lead. Finds himself low on boost and unable to make a meaningful play. And he keeps going fairly all in. But he's got himself a tie game, so in theory he just needs to score again. He's been taking the lead first, but Mawkzy in control of the ball on an air dribble at 0 seconds. Resets. Stopped. OT game number 3. Mawkzy trying to score for kickoff. Tempoh should have the save. He was trying to go off the post to get a more meaningful clear. Instead, does go back to Mawkzy, who is trying to pass to himself off the ceiling, but because it doesn't get there, it doesn't bounce down to an angle that makes sense for him. But Tempoh again on low boost. Mawkzy's been so good at punishing, and he will flick top shelf. It'll be 3-0. Mawkzy might just be too good. Doesn't matter if he's taking a month off the game. The flick is pure, and the winners finals is the destination for Mawkzy.